welcome to another episode of Voice of a Niner Faithful. I'm Jason, your host. Today we'll be discussing our loss to the Kansas City Chiefs over the weekend. First thing I gotta say is fundamentals. That's pretty much what I saw with this whole game. Fundamentals, tackling, just basic guarding, basic everything. It was not what it should be. The first half wasn't horrible. Obviously, the turnovers that we got, but we also gave turnovers. Patrick Mahomes wasn't his normal self, but unfortunately, he got to that fourth quarter like he tends to do, and did what was necessary for him to get those guys to get the win. So fundamentals is something that the 49ers are going to have to concentrate on between now and next week against the Cowboys and during the bye week. That will be, I would hope, would be one of the two things that they need to majorly focus on. The other thing that they need to majorly focus on is special teams. Special teams this whole year has been horrendous, and it was on full display this game as well. I don't know if it's the coach, if it's the players. I know we have some players that are usually second string or whatnot that tend to be on special teams. We also have a few starters that are on special teams, but whatever is happening, they need to do a complete overhaul of the special teams unit. It is killing us. I think this game would have been closer if we had a better special teams unit. Even with the turnovers, I think we could have pulled something out. But with the two things, like I said, the fundamentals and special teams, it was just terrible. The first three quarters, we're still in it. I will give that. Even with all the mistakes, all the penalties, we were still in it up until the fourth quarter. And against the Chiefs, for whatever reason, that seems to be our downfall, is getting into the fourth quarter. And this showed again. By the time the fourth quarter started, we were still 14 to 12, 2 points. And we let them score 2 touchdowns, and we only got 6 points out of that quarter, and that's just not gonna do. The interception, unfortunately, that Brock threw in the end zone was not very helpful. No interceptions are helpful, but that one for sure. We need a major cleanup here. Hopefully, we will take care of business against the Cowboys. Something to remember. This is while I'm down that we lost the game, I still have in the back of my mind we've been in this spot before. Even if for some godforsaken reason we lose to the Cowboys and end up 3-5 going into the bye, we've been here before. And we've still made it not only into the playoffs, but all the way to the NFC Championship. So let's not get our hopes down on the team. We can still turn this around. We have a tendency to do that in the second half of the season, and I think we will. I'm hopeful that we will get both Dre Greenlaw and CMC back after the bye. That will be a huge boost. Hopefully as well, Debo won't be sick anymore, and Ayuk will be healthy again as well. He didn't do very well in this game either, but he also got injured, and it was pretty much just our rookies. Speaking of our rookies, we did get some production out of Ricky Pearsall. Let's see if I can find his particular stats. I'm on the ESPN website at the moment, so hopefully they have it somewhere. full box score maybe. Team stats, that'll work. Team stats. No, I think full box score would have been better. Yeah, here we go. So, passing, Ricky Pearsall had 3 receptions for 21 yards, averaging 7 yards carry. His longest was 9 yards, and he was targeted 5 times. So 3 out of 5, 21 yards, 7 yards average. I'm okay with that for his first game. Brandon Ayuk, unfortunately, he was targeted 6 times, but only had 2 receptions. Jacob Cowing, he had only 3 targets, but 2 receptions and for 50 yards. Awesome on Jacob Cowing. Ricky Pearsall, he's coming along. Isaac Grendo only had 1 catch for 5 yards, but he was only targeted once, so he caught the ball that he needed to. Unfortunately, Kyle Juszczyk, he was targeted 3 times, but nothing. Our other rookie, Ronnie Bell, he had 2 targets. He caught 1 for 10 yards, but the other one he should have caught. It was directed toward him, but he cut his route short instead of going longer, which he probably should have, because I think that interception that Brock threw there was more on Ronnie Bell than it was on Brock. I think Bell should have gone more out or up than in. You know, he looks like he kind of stopped and went in. But anyway, so I have to tell you this personal feeling right here. This whole episode, this whole thing is, I'm just a fan. But from what I see, I am shocked that Ronnie Bell is still on this team. And he's not even on the practice squad. If anything, just put him on the practice squad. But yeah, we needed him, I guess, in this game because of all of our receivers being out. But Ronnie Bell has not impressed me at all. I'm shocked that he's even still there. I'm shocked that he's not on the practice squad or even off the team. Something needs to be done about Ronnie Bell. Yeah, he was only targeted twice, and he caught 1, but just he's not clicking. It's not there. Something needs to happen. Back to our Ricky Pearsall and Jacob Cowing. I think they both did their jobs. I think for how long Ricky Pearsall's been out and what the production he did get, I think that I'm okay with it. It's good. It's a good start. Hopefully next game against the Cowboys they'll pick him up a little more and he'll get some more targets. Maybe he'll get his first touchdown against Cowboys. That would be awesome. As for the rest of the team, the only other great thing that happened was George Kittle. George Kittle targeted 7 times, 6 receptions, 92 yards, averaging 15.3 yards a carry. And his longest one was that 41-yarder. That was awesome. Can't say enough about George Kittle. If he had gotten hurt in this game, this would have been even worse of a game. So, my hat's off. If anybody gets game ball, I'm going to say it would be George Kittle. So let's take what we can take from this game. I think this up until the fourth quarter, this was a lot closer game than I thought it was going to be. I was not expecting as many penalties. I was not expecting Patrick Mahomes even to throw two interceptions. But that fourth quarter came, and the defense had just been out there way too long. They got tired. You could see it during the game in that fourth quarter. You could see they were gassed. They were on the field too long, and it showed. So hopefully for next game, the Cowboys, we will be able to run all over them, and it'll boost us back up to 4-4. And again, like I said, we've been in a 3-5 situation before and made it to the NFC Championship. I can't stress that enough. Do not lose hope, faithful. This is nothing we haven't seen before. We will get back. It'll be all good. Playoffs, NFC Championship, Super Bowl. I'm still saying that can happen. I'm still saying that will happen. So keep that in the back of your mind. So let's go over a little bit more of the game, stats wise. Brock, yes, 3 interceptions. He was sacked. Looks like 3 times. His quarterback rating was horrible, but so was Patrick Mahomes, to be honest. 17 of 31 for 212 yards, averaging 6.8 yards a pass. Except for the 3 interceptions, he did better than Patrick Mahomes. And that was only by 1 interception. So, as much as Brock had some issues, I don't fully blame Brock on this, though I understand he blames himself as usual, which the quarterback should. He's the leader of the team. He takes responsibility. That's awesome on him, and I appreciate him for that. You take your lumps when you have to. It's going to happen. So let's move on and concentrate on the Cowboys. Now, the Cowboys, unfortunately, just like us going against the Chiefs, the Cowboys are going to come off a bye week, and hopefully they still will have their issues with stopping the run, and we can just run it down their throats and go from there. Play action pass, find out what works and what doesn't. The Chiefs, I got to tell you, that's their bread and butter right now is their defense. The defense is what's keeping them undefeated right now. It isn't Mahomes. It isn't their offense. It's their defense. Hopefully, between now and the Super Bowl, if we end up having to play them again, someone will found a crack in that defense and some way to exploit it, and we'll be able to do the same. Well, otherwise, I think this is something Shanahan needs to maybe get some help on. He's our play caller, and he usually does a great job. But something about their defense has stymied us against them the past now 5 losses, which, if you think about it, really isn't that bad. It's 5 losses in 10 years. That's because we've only played them that many times in 10 years. So let's hope that we either figure them out or that we don't have to play them again this year. And we can move on from there. Injuries, like I said, I think Brandon Ayuk, he went out. And of course, Debo went out because he was sick. You could see it. He tried. I'll give him some credit. He tried, but he shouldn't have even suited up. It's just that simple. He tried. Let's give him some kudos for that. But yeah, let's hope healthy. Everybody's healthy for the Cowboys game. Whew, excuse me. And that everybody is healthy after the bye, even healthier, and we get people back, and we'll be a full team after the bye, and we'll just run the table. So, with all that said, again, fundamentals and special teams. Those are the 2 that they should be concentrating on between now through the bye, and to be honest, with the rest of the year. But hopefully they make some major effort within the next 3 weeks and we get this under control. So until next time, between now and the Cowboys game, I'll have a couple shorts out there, and hopefully we will right the ship again and be 500 going into the bye. See you guys on my next full episode after the Cowboys game. Go Faithful!